Hello, this is Group 9's case study of the Harvard Business Review about RFID tagging. Let's start with some important facts. Radar Electronics is a Manhattan-based company which is led by CEO Dante Sorella. It is one of the top 5 makers and integrators of radio frequency identification tags, or RFID tags, and the RFID tag readers in the United States. It has developed inventory tagging technologies and sold it to their customers. RFID technology is primarily used for tracking customers in order to enhance the customer shopping experience, and is also used by manufacturers for streamlining supply chain operations. These technologies also make people's life more transparent, but Luddites, politicians, religious leaders, consumer advocates, and even CEOs of other companies are raising concerns about these tags and the privacy issues which come with them. Dante is a technology enthusiast, and according to a conference held Cerebrum, he would like to see more products that would make lives better. Childware is an Austin-based company that designed an electronic tag that could track the location of children. Dante would like to analyze this company as it could have major implications for his future business strategy. Dante has given presentations on how RFID technology has been used in the U.S. military and pharmaceutical companies. He has also been approached by Craig Davis, the CEO of KK Incorporated, for implementing RFID technology in the front-end operations of their stores. After visiting the store, Dante was tempted to accept the offer so that his company, Radar, could make a foray into the retail sector. However, he was concerned about the questions of risk and threats from public and governments regarding the privacy implications. The company's lawyers and chief of communications have advised Dante not to accept the offer, so he is left in a dilemma whether to accept the KK store's proposal or not. Key issue 1. What should Dante recommend? Some solutions to this we offer are: first, implement the RFID tagging method after making it public and giving the choice between the tagged and untagged products. This has the pros that the customers will get to know about the tagging process beforehand, so it probably does not lead to an issue in the future. The companies do not need to face any legal issues because they have been forthcoming and have given the public good faith effort to know about the process. And finally, the companies can come to know about people's responses to this tagging method. People can tell the company beforehand if they're against it or for it. The cons associated with this are that it may lead to several controversies. And if people respond negatively, then it damages the reputation of both companies involved. Another possible solution is to implement the RFID tagging method without informing the customers. This has the following pros. The stores can be made more attractive to the customers by analyzing the customer's data and habits, therefore tailoring the experience toward the customer. It can also increase the company's revenue for the same reasons. The cons of this are it could lead to privacy invasion, and if the customers get to know about it, both companies will have to face customer backlash and possible legal ramifications. A third solution is to invent a new method that can be good for both companies, a method that allows tracking of products but without the privacy concerns that RFID tags have with them. The pros associated with this method are it might result in a more efficient method than the tagging method. And it helps both the companies to improve their technology because they are forced to invest in IT development. The cons associated with this are that it costs a lot of time and a lot of money, and that there's no guarantee that you're going to come up with a method that is more beneficial and benefits the company financially. What we recommend is to implement the RFID tagging method after making it public, giving choice between the tagged and untagged products. If KK implements the RFID tagging method after an official announcement, then customers can feel happy about the company's honesty. Both the companies can get to know about people's responses on the implementation of new methods so that they can decide upon their future plans on implementing the item-level RFID tagging. The company provides an option for the customers to choose between the tagged and untagged products so that customers who are interested in the new method can choose the tagged products which can help the company to analyze an individual to develop more innovative products and tailor the experience to their shopping needs. Yet those people who don't want the RFID tagging are not plagued with the privacy issue concerns. The second issue we wish to discuss is how to mitigate the privacy invasion of RFID usage with consumer goods. Our first alternative is to maintain secure databases. This has the following pros. Data confidentiality will be maintained. It ensures trust between customers and organizations. And RFID usage will likely go up in every department. The cons of this approach include implementation is costly both financially and in time. More employees are needed as training is required to secure a database, and it's not beneficial for a small-sized firm. The second alternative is to make the tag inactive after the usage of a particular product is done. The pros of this approach are it secures the customer data, past details of the customer are not traced, and it helps in reducing hacking attacks. The cons of this approach include it's a complex process. It is cost ineffective. It's misleading if a product is done if they are returned. And it cannot be implemented for all types of products. A third alternative is to block the radio signals. The pros of this approach are that it ensures additional level of security. Customer usage and tagging can be improved as the data can be blocked. Data cannot be retrieved to track the details of the customers. The cons of this approach are that blocking cost financially. It's a lengthy process, and more effort is needed to block the RFID signal. So what do we suggest? We suggest maintaining a secure database. Tagging the products with RFID technology has a chance of privacy invasion, which can break the relationship of trust between customer and organization. By maintaining a secure database, data confidentiality is maintained. Making the tag inactive after the product's usage with the firm is done is an effective solution as past details of the customer become non-traceable, but the product is very complex and requires individualized coding. Blocking the radio signals is also an ineffective method because product details cannot be traced in the future if needed. Instead of blocking the radio signals, maintaining a secure database will ensure that the privacy of a customer's data is confidential, and moreover, the data can be prevented from being hacked. A third key issue is ensuring the confidentiality and security of the customers. A first alternative is securing customer data using a data encryption technique. The pros of this approach are it is an easier way to keep the data secured and confidential. It integrates the customer data from being reconstructed by unauthorized parties. There's rupturing of data is arrested with this technique. The cons of this technique are it's costly. It has a negative impact during the reconciling process. It's difficult to handle all the keys if the number of keys increases. Another alternative is collecting the necessary information about the products rather than the personal data. The pros of this approach are that customer satisfaction is maintained as no personal data is gathered. Data transparency and trust are maintained. There are no significant legal issues since the organization is only accumulating information about their products and no personal data. The cons of this approach is filtering of data is difficult. There's a time complexity issue, and it is expensive to create new technology. So we recommend collecting the necessary information about the products rather than personal data. Customer satisfaction is the main motto of every company that helps in the growth of one's own organizational statistics and fame. Here, Ryder is just collecting the information according to the products designed by the companies and not the customer's personal data, so the customer will have a greater trust of the organization. As there is no third-party involvement in the gathering of data, this method helps in high data security and confidentiality. The company need not have to face any legal issues because of property or personal data rupture. This will help the company to increase the number of customers as the existing customers publicize about the new techniques that this organization is adapting. Though it is an expensive way to accumulate the data, it is an apt option to attract the customers toward an organization.